Welcome, my name is Henry and I'm an inventor. As some of you know, I'm on a mission to make and sell my invention. In today's video, I will be saying some not so flattering things about myself, but they are all true. And hey, what would you do in my position? In the last video, I talked about learning 3D software so I could finally start making my product. But I still had to go to Makerspace to use their 3D printers, and it was an hour away, so this was really slowing me down. And as you can imagine, taking this drive a few times a day just to check on prints was crazy. Buying a 3D printer was a real financial stretch, but I had to decide if I wanted to continue going super slow or just bite the bullet and buy a 3D printer. Those were the only two options, but they were not the only options. As we all know, hindsight is always 20/20. Now things are very clear, but at the time it took me a while to finally see the answer right in front of me, which was the Facebook Marketplace. I went in there and found some printers, but you know how it goes. People want to sell used things at retail price. I mean, people wanted $490 for a used printer that costs $500 brand new, and they all have the same story. I never used it. Finally, I ran into a guy that was selling it for $150. And I know I'm gonna get some flack for this, but hey, I'm on a tight budget. I buy things according to my budget, not according to the seller's budget. So I offered the guy $50 and we settled at $75. But let's be realistic, I have no idea what I'm buying. More importantly, I have no idea if this thing's gonna work when I get home, so it was a gamble. When I get home, holy print. Nothing worked. At least it turned on, I guess that's something. Everything that goes wrong with a 3D printer was wrong with this one. But with some patience and Google, I figured everything out, and 3 days later, I had a working printer. Keep in mind that at the time, I was a complete novice. Other than putting filament into a printer, I had no idea, no experience with it whatsoever, none. As I started using the 3D printer, I realized that printing these things takes a long time. So I thought the same thing that everyone who gets a 3D printer thinks. I'm gonna need more printers. That's just the way it happens, I don't know what to tell you. Funny enough, I got a message from another person selling another 3D printer, but this one wanted $400. Granted, this was a much bigger printer, and of course, he never used it. Once again, I took my shot and offered him $100. Hey, I had nothing to lose. I already had a working printer. This was an enhancement at best. Lo and behold, he accepted my offer under one condition. Since I was getting the printer so cheap, he wanted me to print some stuff for him if I got the printer to work. Red flags all over the place. I mean, I would have to be some special kind of idiot to buy this thing. So I bought it. And get this, the printer had never been put together. My best bet is the guy just didn't want to be bothered. The only thing was that it was not a very well-known brand. I mean, within this space, all brands are kind of obscure, but this one was obscure within obscure. Started working on it, and 2 hours later, I had another printer. So within 1 week, I went from knowing nothing about 3D printers to running 2 out of my house. Listen, 3D printers may seem intimidating from afar, but they're really not. Some people make them sound futuristic and complex, but they're not that complicated. They only get complicated at the advanced levels. But to me, this is nothing but a tool. I am not trying to become an expert at it. But hey, all things considered, it was a great week. Now everything I needed was at my fingertips. In a matter of 2 weeks, I learned 3D software, and I had not 1 but 2 printers at my house. Things were about to start moving a lot faster. This is a very exciting time for me, not only back then, but now, because this is the point where I get to show you guys my actual work and the footage that I took at the time. Sometime in the near future, I'm planning on making a video where I will get personal and talk about how this process has affected every aspect of my life, not only me, but my loved ones. If you think that doing all of this while working 50 hours a week and managing all aspects of my life during COVID doesn't come with sacrifices, man, I have an invention I want to sell you. So if you're thinking about making your own product, you should subscribe now because you're going to want to watch that video before you get started. So thank you so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe so you can get updates on this crazy little journey. Also, share this video with someone who you feel might enjoy it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Stopping video. Oh, this is not recording. Ah, you mother. And this is gonna suck if I have to redo this whole